All right, what's up, yo? I am back, Straw Hat Yomo, back from the dead. It's been a minute since I last streamed. I know I streamed maybe I streamed this week a couple days ago, but like it's been a minute since we actually sat down and talked about anime. So you already know I am here with my boy D Santos. Go ahead and say something for us.
Yeah, what's up? What's up, man? It's your boy, man, D Santos, aka Negro Catch him, Joe Region Flexing, aka
Mm,
Young Boy, aka Young Anime Boy, aka Digi Right Fresh, aka it don't even
mm.
matter. Just know I'm that dude, all right? I'm that dude. I am the anime god, all right?
All right, yeah. You can say that. You can say that. Sure, sure.
Oh man, but what's up? What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Mm.
We get
the-
that swig of the water real quick, you
Yes,
know.
sir. I got that Gatorade Zero.
You
Oh
gotta say
man.
parch. You gotta say parch because some of the things that we might say, y'all might get heated on. Cause
Heated.
hey, we're not gonna filter any of our opinions about this season of anime. So overall, this season it was a lot. It was a
Yeah,
lot more than what we got for summer.
mhm. Yeah, definitely.
You know, yeah, because COVID hit pretty hard. Right, and COVID hit pretty hard everywhere, but it hit really hard in the summer. Hey, what's good, Brad? What's good with you? And so we didn't get to see that much anime in the summer season, but we saw a lot in the fall. Like they just threw a bunch at us. So I didn't watch everything. I don't think DeSantos watched everything, but we watched the ones that felt like that we were at least gonna enjoy. So yeah.
Exactly, exactly. So I mean, a lot of anime. Anime is good to watch, man. Anime is good for the soul, man. That's what I gotta say.
Anime is good for the soul. It is good for the soul, especially with the season. Long time no see, bro. It has been a minute. It's been a minute. Your boy's been in the hyperbolic chamber,
Mm.
studying, studying
Training
hard,
and the hyperbolic
training
training. That's
in the
crazy.
hyperbolic chamber.
And the whole
We
arc.
out here though. The whole arc. The
Mm.
whole arc.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. So we're just gonna go down in line, talk about the shows that we watch. We're gonna rate them out of 10. And yeah, we're just gonna move on from there. So first thing we got is Jujutsu Kaisen, the goat,
Yes,
the goat
sir.
Kaisen. And now, you see, this is. I wish I could pull up this clip
The
right now.
goat Kaisen.
I might have to do that later on right now because this dude DeSantos was like, "Oh, this show is not gonna be all that great. Y'all always hype up anime, and this ain't gonna
Mm.
be all that great. Look at him. Look at him now. Now he's like, yeah, this show's the goat. Yeah,
Uh,
all right, yeah, okay.
oh my. All right. First of all, no one can see me. All right. I'm stealth. All right. And two. All
Oh,
right.
okay.
Now I only said what I said because God of High School trash. Tower of
It
God
is okay.
trash.
Okay.
And it wasn't and it was you telling me that oh, this show gonna be nice. Oh, you gotta watch out for Tower of God. Oh, you gotta watch out for God of High School. And I was disappointed twice. So so given what you have told me, why should I have believed you about Jujutsu
Yeah.
Kaisen? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. At that point, you lost all credibility, so I couldn't, you know, I couldn't take for what you say uh as it were law. I
Look,
had to come in with my skepticism. So, and that's what I did. And that's what I did. Jujutsu Kaisen is I'll say this, it impressed me. Jujutsu Kaisen impressed me. That's what it
mm-hmm.
did.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
It
Um
it did impress you. It
yes
did
it did.
impress you. Cause you just went through the genres. See, that's the thing. You always go through like the genres that we're seeing. Like it says action, horror, demon, supernatural,
Yeah.
shonen, and you're like, oh, that's not gonna be good. But you gotta sit down, watch it. When I say the show is gonna be good, I know my anime. I know
No,
my anime.
no, my thing
It's
is
gonna be
that
good.
that's because people will watch a show with good action and be like, this is the greatest show ever. And I said this once and I'll say it again. I'm a story person first, action second. Action is probably last on my list. You could have great animation. If your story is trash, I don't want to watch your show. That's all
Oh
I'm
yeah,
saying.
without a doubt, that's God of High School right there.
That's
That's
got out
God
high
of High
school.
School.
But for
That's God of High
me,
School.
I'd rather watch a show with terrible animation and a great story than the vice versa. Every single time, every time, and I'll
Yeah.
every
You're not
time.
wrong about that. You're not wrong about that. So yeah. Um, so I've enjoyed the season so far. It's still airing as 24 episodes. I think they just aired their 12th episode yesterday, and so it's gonna be on a break for I think they said 2 weeks. I think it's not gonna come back for like until January 15th, is
Okay.
what they said. So yeah, they're gonna take a little bit of a break. You know, Mappa's been working hard because they got so many different shows that they're working on. They gotta give their employees a rest break, give them some bonuses or something, because they went off on the season. They went off with the animation of the show. So the show was really good. The show was really good. Um, I guess we go ahead and start scoring it. Out of 10, for me, at what they have so far with the 12 episodes, it's a solid 9 for me. Solid
Ooh,
9.
solid 9.
Solid 9.
Let me talk my shit. So you got Jujutsu Kaisen stars Shemaine boy Itadori. Now I won't give too many spoilers, but essentially he is a Soul Reaper. I
Basically, I guess, yeah.
that man's basically a Soul Reaper. He his grandfather's dying wishes to tell him to protect people. Some dumb anime backstory like that, and then we get into the show. Now for me, based on these first 3 episodes, I wasn't impressed because all I saw was, oh, okay, so he's a soul reaper, he's a spirit hunter. We've seen this archetype in so many different shows. Okay, we've got these elite
Yeah.
high school kids trying to hunt demons in their spare
Yeah.
time. So to me, I was like, okay, this is generic. Okay, we got good action, but what is gonna make this show stand out for me? And for me, over these past 12 episodes, for me, what made the show stand out was the characters. I really enjoyed and liked the characters in the writing. Each character has a personality to them. They're constantly making jokes, they're constantly making pop culture references, and they
Yep.
even though it's only been 12 episodes, you can feel that synergy in between them. And it makes you want to see where they go. I think so far the villains are pretty decent. Nothing too crazy, but it, you
Yeah.
you want to see where this goes. That's my thing. It's like it's not a it's like I don't want to say the show's too predictable, but it has such a good foundation, and it does some things that you don't expect in terms of the writing, in terms of the characters that you actually wanna watch the show. So for me,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to give the show, at least so far, I'm gonna give it an 8.
8.
I'm getting
Yeah,
I'm gonna give it an 8.
that's a solid score. That's a solid score. I was thinking about giving like maybe an 8.5, maybe 8, but yeah, I feel like that's a solid score as well too. So I mean, it's straight, it's straight. But yeah, the show is really good. A lot of people were saying that they're trying to compare it to Naruto in terms of what Itadori is going through. Like he has that demon inside of him, and they're like, well, I guess he's gonna depend on it, when it comes to fights, just like Naruto did. He depended on the Nine-Tailed Fox. But when it
Uh,
comes to certain situations, and you probably seen it. Are you caught up, right?
I didn't see the latest episode. I don't know if that's 13. I didn't see it.
Okay, but you saw the one before that when he asked for help, and
Yeah,
that dude was like, "Nah, I'm not gonna help you,"
yeah, I saw that episode.
and
Yeah.
and and they just laughed at him. I was like, "Yo."
Mhm.
I mean, that tells you like it's very different. It's trying to be different. So I enjoy it. Definitely do enjoy it. So I gave it a 9. You gave it an 8. That's a 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Solid score. I think
Solid.
on here they gave it a 8.48. So that's pretty accurate too.
Yeah. Yeah. Great show all
So
around, man. Great show.
great show all around. Great show all around. Um, so next we got Haikyuu.
Yes,
I
sir.
I have not caught up to Haikyuu. I'm only on the second season. Now this says Haikyuu to the top second season, but technically this is like the fifth season in the whole
Yeah,
series.
yeah, it
I'm
technically
behind, so I
is.
can't really
Hmm.
talk about this one.
Yeah. Uh,
So
this
that tell
is
you.
Haikyuu. I mean, this is I mean, if you've seen Haikyuu, it's more the same. It's a solid overall show about volleyball. It's just that in this arc, they're uh
Hmm.
they're in the Japan tournament, national tournament or whatever. And they're just going through it. There's not much I can say without spoiling it, because I know you haven't seen much of it or you're not caught up yet. But
Yeah.
it's just it reminds me a lot of season three, where it's like this whole season is just like is just one of the matches, and there's still way more that they have to go. So the show isn't anywhere near done. I can tell they're really taking their time. They're trying to develop each match, so I like that they're doing that.
Okay.
And so yeah, but it's typical Haikyuu stuff. Great animation, great character development. The battles are really intense. You really don't know who's gonna win at times. It's like sometimes you feel like,
Mhm.
oh, they are the main characters, so they have to win. But the show does a good job of making you feel that dang, the opponents might really win. So I
Oh,
think
okay. Okay.
I think my only gripe with the show, I have two. I think the first one, I think sometimes it can get a little bit too predictable in terms of the way they tell the story. So like they'll
Mhm.
have the opponent team, they'll show those characters backstories, and they'll do something really amazing on the court. Then they'll show
Yeah.
Karasuno, they'll show their backstories, and they'll do something really amazing on the court. And it kind of just kept going back and forth like that throughout the whole season. So that was it just felt too formulaic at that point. And other than that
Yeah.
though, I just wish the tournament. I guess I just wish they would have paced it a little bit faster. I hate how they're doing one match per season. I feel like they should just do like a
I
lot of
heard
matches.
about that. I heard
Yeah,
about that.
it's
That it's
just
just gonna be like one match per season. I'm like, yo, that is a long season. Like,
yeah,
man,
yeah. At that point,
that's crazy.
like I thought the series was gonna be over. That's what I thought. I was like, oh, we're still doing this. So I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be good to watch once it's all said and done. But
Mhm.
as someone who's currently watching it when it's not over, it's kind of annoying. But it's still a solid overall show. I mean,
Okay.
in terms of a score, I mean, I have Haikyuu at a 10 out of 10. I've had all the other seasons at a 10 out of 10. So I mean, this season I'm just gonna get a 10
Okay.
from me. It's not, it's a continue of the same, so I can't really give it a different score.
Yeah. Hey, okay. I mean, I know the manga is done. The manga's been done. Like I think summer is what we said. Is what I
Mm,
remember seeing on Twitter.
okay.
But yeah, and actually I've been seeing a trend recently too. I think last week for some reason I don't know why. Maybe because the episode aired or something like
That's
that.
probably it.
So yeah, that might have been it as well too. But yeah, so it seems like yeah, this show is still doing pretty good. I still got to catch up. I don't know when I'll catch up. Maybe during this break. No promises, but yeah, okay. All right. So that was Haikyuu. Now we got I forgot
Uh,
the English name to this one. It's like
uh,
Don Machi something,
yeah,
but I've
Dynamachi
never seen this.
or would you like to find your girlfriend in a dungeon? It has absolutely nothing.
Yeah,
It has absolutely nothing to do with that. It's crazy because like one of like the procrastinators, I guess like it might be like a girl that he likes, but the girl actually turns out
yeah,
to be his mentor. I mean, he met her in a dungeon, but
yeah.
like that's
It's nothing to do with that.
yeah, it has nothing to do with that.
No.
But this season was season
Okay.
3. This season, in my opinion, it might have been the best season they've done in terms of
Really?
the first three. This might have been the best one. Basically, this season is about it's about humans versus monsters, and that they're starting to look at the humanity of monsters. And I'm not gonna spoil the entire season. But I guess I'll just spoil like the first two episodes. Basically,
Mm-hmm.
uh, so the main characters are adventurers, and they go into the dungeon to hunt monsters and get loot, and they go back out, and that's how they live their lives, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they
Mm-hmm.
work each their guilds under a god. So god of Hermes, Hestia, like all the Greek gods, like they each have like their own guild or whatever. So the main character's
Yeah.
guild, they encounter some monsters in a dungeon who can actually speak. And this is like a new thing because usually the monsters can't speak. So they start to wonder, like, oh, yo, should we be killing monsters who can speak and who can feel human emotion? And how, and at some point, the guilds, they started feeling conflicted because, these monsters can speak and they can communicate with us, then we shouldn't be raising our source of them if they're intelligent. So that's kind of where
Okay.
the season goes, and I'll leave it at that. But it was pretty good. It was I think it was definitely better than the last two. I enjoyed watching it.
Okay. Yeah, this show, like, it's funny because I found out about this show through Vine. I kept on seeing a bunch of edits of this show, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I guess I'll check it out." But I've never like checked it out yet because I've heard it's okay, but it's not amazing. You know, and
Yeah,
when I
yeah.
watch anime, I want to watch a show that's like, like it's good. It's
Hmm.
decent. Like I want to watch it. So yeah, I don't know. I think I might check this one out. It's one of those that's been on the back burner for such a long time that
Hmm.
I might get to it eventually. Maybe one day that I'm just bored and I got nothing else to watch. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's not something that you need to watch for sure.
okay, okay,
Hmm. Um,
okay. So
in
what's the
terms
score
in terms of the
then?
score, it's hard because I do think this was the best season. I'd say it's between
Yeah,
a 7.5 and an 8. Like,
yeah,
I I want to leave more towards 7.5 because I gave Jujutsu Kaisen an 8. So I'll give this a
yeah.
7.5. But it was
Okay,
enjoyable for what we got.
okay. 7.5 not bad. 7.5 not bad. That's still watchable show.
Hmm.
All right, let me go down. Wow, the next three I have not seen, so I can't talk about them. I
Jeez.
think did you say you saw this one?
I,
This
I see.
Tony
Yeah, I
Kaku?
saw all three of these. Oh my gosh. All
You
right.
watch all of them, right?
Yeah, I
All
watched
three,
all. I
or
watched
just
all.
one episode?
I watched all three of them. In all three of
Oh,
these
okay.
in their
Well,
entirety.
okay.
Oh
Well, I
man.
mean, well, go ahead and talk about this first one.
All right. Okay. All right. Tony Tony Kaku, or I think the English name is Over the Moon for You. So
Yeah.
I'll just give a first episode synopsis. So basically, you got the main character. His name is Nasa, and
Okay.
he sees this girl walking, like out in the cold, or like it's like wintertime, right? And he sees her, and he's like, "Yo,
Okay.
this girl is so beautiful. I want to talk to her." So he rushes across the street to go talk to her. But while he's doing that,
Mhm.
there's like a bus about to hit him. He gets hit by the bus, but the girl notices in time and then shields him from the bus.
Mhm.
And he's bleeding, he's like bleeding out, but somehow she remains okay. And like he talks to her, and she like nurses him back to help and like calls an ambulance. But like before he faints, he tells her, "Hey, I would like to marry you," or whatever. I don't know, some weird weirdo shit,
Straight.
but
Okay. Okay.
yeah,
All
he
right.
yeah
Shoot your shot.
like he and the girl was like, "Yeah, I'll marry you." I was like, "Huh? How does that make
Just
sense?"
like anime. That's how it works. That's how it works.
Not even date, but marry. So
Just straight up to it.
basically he lives his life for like a couple of years, and then like 2 years later she magically appears on his doorstep, and they do get married. And so basically the show is just about those two and their relationship. It's a very very wholesome show. It was one of those shows that you go watch when you're like laying down in bed at night and just trying to wind down. It was very very
Yeah.
wholesome to watch. And you just kind of see the dynamic of the relationship. It's like at first I thought it was very very cringeworthy because it was like a guy who never had a girlfriend before, and he didn't know how to act around his girl, or aka his wife. So it was
Yeah.
cringy at moments, but then at some point you really start to appreciate their relationship. So um I'd say I'd say this is a slice of life slash romance show that's definitely different. You definitely don't see shows talking about like I guess living with your wife. Usually it's like pursuing a girl or having a girlfriend, and trying to talk to her or whatever. So this is definitely coming at it
Yeah.
from a different angle. So if you are a fan of the romance genre, definitely recommend this.
This
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
Uh
I haven't seen any hype on the show at all. I mean, well, I take that back. I've seen like one person that I watched that in terms of for anime content. He talked about it maybe a couple episodes, but yeah, I don't know if I'll watch it to be honest.
nah,
That might be might be a skip for me.
it's not something you gotta watch, but I think if you are a fan of the romance genre, you should. I'm a-
You should watch it.
I'd give the show an 8. I give the show definitely 8 out of 10.
Okay.
Definitely an 8 out of 10 for sure. I definitely enjoyed like every episode of the show. Def- Great moments, funny moments. Um, yeah,
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, that was that show. Well, you got the spot on the spot for the next two.
yeah.
So
Jesus. Okay. All right. Next one. Uh, you know what? Their regular at Magic High School is the English name. This
It's the
is
second season, right?
yes, this is the second season.
All right.
It's more the same. So in this season, there's like a foreign exchange student that comes from America to live in Japan, and she's supposed to be
Mm-hmm.
like a spy going to high school, and she's like some type of like secret black ops agent, and she's just trying to observe who the main character is because they know the main character is like really strong from the first season, so they're just trying to get intel. So I mean, so the season like there's one more episode left, but it's pretty much over. But the season's really about just their lives together and how there's like this new threat, and the new threat
Yeah.
being they're like parasites or whatever. And these parasites came from like a different dimension, and basically they can inhabit the lives of magicians, whatever, of all the magicians in the show. So their goal is just kind of figure out the case and kind of solve it. That's what that's what the season's about. I don't know. This is more of the same of the first season. I don't think there's anything too special about that show, but I did enjoy the characters. I did enjoy the world. Um,
Okay.
if I had to rate it, this is like another 7.5 to an 8 for me. I think the highs are really good, but then the lows were kind of low. But
Okay.
decent show to watch. There's not really much to say about it, to be honest. If you've seen the first season, then you know what to expect.
Expect. Okay. Yeah, because they also gave it like a 7.47 on here too. So, okay. Okay. Yeah, this is one of the shows that I saw no one talking about, so I didn't know if it was good or not. So,
Mm,
and I think it's also been like it's been a while since the first season
yeah,
aired. I think the
yeah,
first one came out in 2013, right?
yeah. It's like 2013, 2015. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute since the
Yeah,
first season aired. I've heard about it. I heard people say it's
mm,
alright. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I think mad people forgot about this show. I ain't mad at you. I'm really not.
yeah. All right. Well, we'll go on to the next one. This one I actually wanted to watch. I was thinking about starting it today.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard it's episodic. The name of it is Maho no Tabita something, but I
Yeah,
think the English name is
it's
Witch Elena, or
yeah, the
what is
journey
it?
of Elena.
The Journey of Elena. That's what it is. And I
Yes.
heard it's not that bad from what I've seen so
Hmm.
far. I haven't watched any episodes, but I've heard people talk about it. So I was like, all right, I guess I'll check it out. But what do you think of this show?
Okay, yeah. So I actually did finish it, and I did watch all 12 episodes. And man, I this was a sleeper. I'm glad you told me to watch it because I think this might be one of my favorite shows of the season. Just
Mhm.
because it was different from what I typically watch. It's adventure, magic, and fantasy. Basically,
Yeah.
the show stars this girl. Her name is Elena, and as you
Hmm.
can tell, she's a witch. And it basically talks about her life, and when she becomes a witch, she decides to travel around the world and have a and write about it in her diary. So each episode
Okay.
is a different journey, or a different part of the world. And throughout these journeys, like there's like characters that she meets, and they'll start to link in different episodes, and you start to learn more about the world and more about the lore. It was a really like fun show to watch. It's like it's like there's no real meaning to the show. Like you're not finding some like existential meaning to life, or
Yeah.
something like that. It's just this is the adventure of Elena, and this is what happened, and it's just enjoy the story. And for that, I really enjoyed the story. I would highly recommend this show if you got the time for it. Um,
Okay.
I think I was
Sounds like
telling
it's
you.
also based off a light novel too. That's what I
I
seen.
think
Yeah.
so. It was
Yeah.
remember that show we were talking about the I told you it reminded me of it.
Oh, the
Uh
one with the skull and the red hair girl. I forgot the
yeah,
name of that
yeah,
show.
yeah, whatever that
Damn, I
show
don't know the
was.
name of it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it reminded me of that in terms of like the world and the lore. Just lots of
Okay.
magic, lots of interesting stuff. But no, this show was better. This show was better in
The
my
show's
opinion.
better. Yeah, because that show, I forgot the name of it. That show, it it was missing something on on that show. It could have been like amazing, but it was lacking something. I think it was very repetitive with the red hair girl always getting in trouble, and
Mm-hmm.
then the wizard dude would have to go and save her every time. But I think that was one thing I didn't like about that show.
Right.
But
Uh
you said this one's better, then I'm
yeah.
about to definitely check this one
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. I think my only gripe with the show is that it's like it doesn't really build up to anything.
Yeah.
It's like at the ending you're just left wanting more. It's just like I want to see more of her adventures. That's how you feel by the end.
Ah, it's kind of lackluster a little bit.
Yeah, it's just like man.
Okay.
But
Yeah, yeah, because they gave 7.61.
I'd give
That's
this
what
show an
people
8.
gave it.
I give the show an 8
An
easily.
eight.
A strong 8.
Okay.
Strong 8. Very very strong 8.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I have to check this one out. I definitely have to check this one out. And I heard it's episodic too, so you can watch it really in any order, right?
I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
It's just
Okay.
because at some point the characters do start to link. At some point, it's
Okay.
just like
Okay.
she'll meet someone in Adventure 1, and then they might appear in like in Adventure 5.
So you should watch it in order.
Yeah, you should watch it in order. Like it's episodic,
Okay.
but not like truly episodic. Like there is like some continuity.
Okay. All right. Well, that's the Witchelena, so I'll definitely have to check that one out. Let me move down. We'll see what we got. Ooh, Akudama Drive. All right. Did you watch this one or no?
Nah, I didn't. Nah, I did not.
Dude, you are sleeping on this one. You are sleeping. And what's crazy is that this show had very good animation and it's made by Studio Period. Now,
Ooh.
if y'all don't know Studio Period, that's the same people who've made Bleach. They're currently making Black Clover, and we know about the animation on Black Clover.
Oh
And
no.
I believe they made Boruto and Naruto. I think so as well too. And we know the animation can be iffy on times. But this show, like the animation does not it doesn't look like it's Studio Period. It's so good. It's so fluid and amazing. Like every single shot, maybe one or two shots, but are not that great. But overall, it's like a very good show in terms of animation. Now in terms of the story, we have this girl on the bottom right here. I don't know if you guys can see her, but she gets caught up in a lot of this criminal activity later down the line. The show has so in this world, it's a futuristic show. They have a bunch of people who are called akudamas, which are basically criminals who are serving their sentence. And for some reason, they have an outrageous long-term sentence. Like for one person, their sentence is like 700 years for
Mm.
for doing a certain amount of crime. And so this girl gets caught up in that lifestyle. I don't want to spoil too much, but she gets caught up in that crime activity, and it's basically talking about her um I wouldn't say like her adventure, but like they're talking about the reason how and why she kind of gets caught up in that kind of lifestyle
Okay.
and the goal of what's going on, like of the entire show. The show is actually very good. The creator of that Danganronpa show, I believe, I've
Mm.
never heard of it. I mean, I've never seen it, but that person made this show as well. This is an anime original too. So
Ooh. Okay.
it's very good. It's very good. I know you were saying for Danganronpa, a lot of characters died. That's like the theme of the show, right?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So if you've seen Danganronpa and you know what to expect on that, then you know what to expect for this one as well too. The ending for the show just left my jaw like wide open. I watched it yesterday. It's very good. I really think everyone should watch it. This is one of those dark horses of this season. Like I tweeted out like, yo, I think this anime right here really could have. I wouldn't say it's anime of the year, but it's a good contender for anime of the year. It's a
Really.
very good contender. I wouldn't say it would have won anime of the year, but it's a good contender. Is what I'm saying.
That's some strong words. Some strong
It's
words.
it's a, it's a very strong word, but hey, it better be when the Crunchyroll Awards air. I don't know if they're doing it this year,
Oh,
but
they
if
are.
they do air it, oh, they are. Bet if they do air it, I better see this show on there. At least win something. I need to see the show win something because it. A lot of people were sleeping on this show. A lot of people were sleeping on this show. It's very good. It's very good.
Mm.
I guess in terms of like what I would give it for a score, I mm, I would give it a solid 8.
Solid
A
eight.
solid
Okay.
8.
Okay.
Yeah, solid 8. I think the ending kind of left me like it left me having some questions, but it wasn't anything major to where it would have brought down my like the score for the show. Like I felt satisfied watching the show. I felt very
Okay.
satisfied. I don't think they should make another season. I think they should just end it right there. But
Ooh.
yeah, I that's it's a good show. It's a very good show. I enjoyed it.
Okay. Ooh. I might have to search it up and watch
You
some.
have to watch it,
I
man.
might.
You
I
have to
guess I
watch
might.
it.
We'll see. We'll see. If time
You
permits,
have
I
to.
might have to check that out.
Hey, all right. This next one, Higurashi.
Yes,
I probably
sir.
butchered that, but I I've never seen any of the Higurashi series, so I came into this one blind thinking that I could watch it. I only watched one episode,
Mm-hmm.
and luckily, a reviewer that I was watching on YouTube, he was saying that this is technically not a remake of the original series. It's like a continuation, and I was like, oh, I guess I can't watch it. So I don't know too much about this series. I only watched one episode and it stopped.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So this show is this is I guess effectively season 3. I guess of Higurashi. Um, season 1 and 2 were like cult classics back in the day. I remember, um, back in the day, boy, Gr Arcada was talking about Higurashi like, yo, this is one of my favorite animes of all time,
hmm
or whatever. So I remember watching it back in the day, and I did enjoy it. It's like it's a psychological horror. There's a lot of different elements in the show that uh that are very well done. Um,
hmm
I was a fan of the original. Um, I think at the time I didn't really like the animation too much, and the story was kind of complex. At least I thought it was at the time. But
yeah.
I don't want to spoil too much of it because I know it's something a lot of people really want to get into, even if they don't have time for it, just because of how much of a cult classic this show is. But
Yeah.
in terms of season 3, uh, I don't know. It's all right. Like it's similar to season 1, but then like it takes its own twists and turns. I know. I've seen some.
So
Yeah,
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was saying I know some people say like they didn't really like the updated animation or they don't think the storytelling is as good. For me it's more the same. To me, it feels like it's more the same. I don't. It's been a while since I watched the original, but it seems like more the same to me. I mean, the show's not over. I've only seen 12 episodes. There's 12 more to go. But
Yeah.
it's cool. Show's cool. It's more the same.
Okay. So is it not? So it's not a remake. It's a continuation, right?
Uh,
Is what I'm understanding.
it's
Or is
it,
that gonna be a plot
uh,
that I'm
it's
gonna break?
it's like uh, well, if you watch the first season, you'll realize it by episode like 8. But basically the show is um like I'm not gonna tell you who the main character is, but basically
Yeah.
it's like think of it almost as like time travel
Yeah.
where there's one character, one specific character. I'm not gonna tell you who it is, but they're basically reliving the same month over and over again. But
Okay.
but this month has like had is different every time. If that makes sense. So
Okay. So
it's
like
like
a new reality or
so like the first season, in the first season, they're like 4 episode arcs. Like every four
hmm
episodes, the month restarts, and it's like, and it's the same timeline, but it's just different events are happening. Like different events are happening each time. So, and the reason why people say that this is very similar to season 1 is because like some of the events that happen in season 1 happen in season 3, but they kind of alter or slightly change the events to make it different. If that makes sense.
okay. Okay. So right now, oh wow, it's 24 episodes. I did not know that. I thought it was just 12 episodes.
Yeah, it's 24.
Okay. So I guess off of I'm assuming they've already aired 12 episodes right now.
Yeah, they have.
Off of the 12, what would you score it? Because right now I'm surprised at seeing that it's a pretty low score,
Yeah,
7.17.
yeah. I honestly, I'd agree with the 7. I'd give it a 7. I'd agree with it. It's
Dang.
not. It's to me. It ain't nothing
It's
too
just not
crazy.
living up.
I honestly, I looked back at my anime list and I realized I gave Higurashi a 7 back then, and uh
Yeah.
and I guess I still feel the same about it. I mean, I feel like psychological horror is just really hard to do and really hard to make interesting at some points.
That is true. That is true.
It's
That is true.
just and I don't think it was done brilliantly here or anything like that. So, yeah, I give it a 7.
Okay. All right. Well, that's Higurashi. Now we're going to go over to this show, The Day I Become a God. Now, you haven't seen this one, right?
No, I haven't.
No, okay. So there's 12 episodes right now. I think I'm one episode behind the final finale. But what this show is about, this girl in the middle right here. She comes into this guy's life, the guy above, the guy with the brown hair. He comes to his life and she comes up to him and it's just like, hey, the world is gonna end in 30 days and I'm also a god. And this guy's like, wait, what are you talking about? Like, who are you? Basically. And she's like, she explains herself, she's like, hey, I'm a god. And the world's gonna end in 30 days. And basically, I guess this is one of those shows where there's trying to bring the whole cast together and trying to get a backstory, everybody, and trying to make basically trying to humanize and try to sympathize for a lot of these people because some of these people have their own um past and troubles that they've been going through,
Mm.
kind of like what is the show? Angel Beats. It's kind of like Angel
Oh,
Beats, basically, where they have like
okay.
their own paths, and they're trying to solve it, things like that. But I don't feel like this show does it well at all. Like with Angel Beats, you feel like you have some attachment to certain characters. I have zero attachment to any of these characters. Maybe it's
Okay.
because I don't care about these characters like that or this kind of genre, but I feel like I would feel like I don't feel anything towards any of these characters.
Mm.
I don't like any the main character, the brown hair dude, I don't like him at all. I don't like him at all. He's very um what's the word? Very oblivious is what it
Ooh,
is. Like
not one
too oblivious to
not one
where
of
I don't
those.
like it to the point. Yeah, it's one of those guys. And you would think they would do like you would think this show the creator would, do well at this kind of thing, but it just kind of falls flat. I think the same person made Charlotte. I don't know if you've seen Charlotte before.
Oh, I thought Charlotte was overrated.
Yeah, I thought Charlotte was overrated as well too. I thought it was very rushed at the very end. Like they could have
Mm,
spanned it out to 24 episodes and could have been done well. But
mm.
yeah, this show is just from what I've seen with 11 episodes so far, it is not that great in my opinion.
So,
Yeah.
um, I see the tags say drama and fantasy. Would you add slice of life in there?
I definitely slice of life. I don't
Yeah.
know why they put fantasy. Maybe because there's no fantasy for what I've seen. There's no
Mm,
fantasy.
okay.
It should be drama and slice of life. I don't for what I've seen with the 11 episodes is that's just it. Fantasy maybe because the girl says she's a god and she can see the future and things like that, but I don't I
Is
don't really get that.
interesting. Is there any indication that she's an actual god, or is she just messing with everybody? Do we know, or is that
So
too much
you
of a
do get to
spoiler?
figure out like towards the end,
Okay.
like how the reason why she's saying I'm a god and and the reason why she's able to see in the future. You get to find that out towards the end. I don't want to spoil it. Um, it is a little bit interesting, I guess, but at the end of the day, the characters in this show, like normally with this kind of thing, you would expect the characters to kind of carry the show, but
Mm,
it doesn't. It
dang.
doesn't at all. To me, I would give the show maybe a 6.5.
Oh, a 6.5. Ew.
Like I got one episode left. I should watch it, but at the same time, I might just drop it like I did with that yesterday show. Like I had one, I think no, I had like two episodes left. I just stopped
You
watching
just
it.
stopped. Okay.
Yeah, so this show they gave it a 7.31. I'm like, I guess I'll give it that, maybe a little bit lower. But yeah, the show wasn't all that to me.
Mm.
Um, so yeah,
Hate
that's
to
that's the day I become a god.
hate to see it.
Uh,
Hate to see it.
yeah.
Mm.
Now, I didn't watch the next three. I don't know if you watched the next three.
Nobody's hell no.
Now, Noblies, I've seen clips. The clips look not bad. They don't look bad, but I can tell with that score alone, that 6.60.
Hey.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
dude, dude, I do not. It's crazy because when they announce all these shows, when Crunchyroll announced all these webtoon shows were gonna be animated and released back in, when was that? I think that was in March. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a
No.
March.
Yeah, that was in
Might,
March. That was in
yeah.
March. And people were going crazy, like, yo, this is gonna be it. I was going crazy too, because I was like, yo, this is an untapped market that
Uh huh.
they could really bring to light, like, because webtoon is a big thing. I watch webtoon. I've been reading webtoon for a while now, and these are one of the Noblesse is one of the big titles that people hear about when it comes to webtoon. And so you
Really?
expect it to be, yeah, Noblesse, God of High School, and Tower of God. Those are like the big three technically
So
of the
Noblesse
webtoon series.
is actually a good webtoon.
I wouldn't say it's good because
Oh.
I dropped it a while ago. I didn't drop it because I dropped it because I got bored of it. Emmanuel, my brother, he read it up until a certain point, and he was like, the plot is the same thing kind of over and over again. I don't know if it actually ends up being good,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm just saying that in terms of popularity, Noblesse is up there as well too. So you would expect Crunchyroll or whoever's animating it. Let me see who animated this one. Production IG. You expect them to do, justice to it. But I heard it's just rushed. It's not
Let
good.
me see.
I'm just like, that's 0-3 right now.
Let me see. Over
Webtoon
three.
series are 0-3. They messed up. They messed up.
Let me see. I clicked on Noblesse, so I'm looking at the review section. I just want to see
Yeah.
if anyone's saying anything interesting. See before. Let's see. Okay. Then they said they massacred the
They
show.
get
I gave it a
yeah.
3.
Yeah. I don't know what's up with I don't know why they're skipping the content.
Mm,
Because really, it's not the creators' fault. It's the studios. They're
yeah.
the one that's skipping all this content.
They said
A lot of these shows could really end up being good.
they said the story starts in the second season. Huh? Wh-
Apparently, too. Yeah,
Huh? He says.
because remember, this show came out with the OVA beforehand, like years ago, like
Okay.
2016, and I guess it's starting off from that OVA.
Oh, this guy is saying unless you saw the OVA, you'll pretty much be lost. So you don't know
Yeah,
or understand anything that's going on.
and the OVA is a little bit rushed too. So
He said this guy said if Tower of God was a good adaptation, God of High School fun but rush, then Nobly is devoid of any and all structure or backstory. Oh my god.
yeah, I would say out of the three, Tower of God is the best one. Looking back at it, Tower of God, the only thing that was bad about it was the animation. Other
Mm.
than that, it wasn't that bad of a show.
Yeah, they needed 24 episodes. They definitely did, but it was
Yeah, they did. They really did. But
dang.
yeah, that's Noblesse. They butchered it. They butchered it.
Wow, they said
Production IG.
guy said it was offensive. Wow.
Yeah, I would
Wow.
say that. I would say
Dang.
that.
So see, but
Um,
you actually saw some of it?
I saw clips on Instagram. 'Cause I follow this anime account on Instagram that be posting
Okay.
clips of anime, and the animation looked decent. It didn't look that bad actually. It's just I guess they skipped a bunch. So
Mhm.
hey man, it is what it is.
All right.
I feel like they ruined that. They low key kind of ruined the market when it comes to web manga. But all right,
Yeah, they destroyed it. It don't matter though. Sony just bought Crunchyroll, so
oh, that is true. That is true.
yeah.
I'm interested to see where that's gonna go, but
The
that's another time.
Crunchyroll and Funimation will probably they'll probably merge. Actually, they probably shouldn't because I don't know. They're different. They're different, but I don't know. I
You
like
need competition
they
at the
do
end
need
of the day, but at
competition.
the same time, like it's over. Sony bought them, so
Hmm.
it's no point
Yeah,
in the
but
competition.
but I personally like Crunchyroll over Funimation because Crunchyroll has way better social media presence. Like
Yeah,
whoever
they
runs the
do.
Crunchyroll social media accounts, they actually put an effort. Funimation don't do
They do.
anything. They don't do
Yeah,
anything at all.
Funimation doesn't. They don't.
Them dudes are
They
lazy. I'm
don't.
like, oh my gosh, like
Funimation knows no. Crunchyroll knows who's hip in the anime community. They know who's
exactly,
hip. Like
like
they mess with RDC World, Caleb City,
exactly, and
people like that.
they
So
constantly interview athletes talking about like, oh, you're into anime. Once you get into anime,
exactly,
like
yeah.
they do the Crunchyroll. I mean, the anime awards, like. like
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Crunchyroll is really better than Funimation in almost every single way. Like I'm gonna be honest with you.
yeah. That's what it's looking like. That's what it's looking like. So
So I hope
yeah,
they let them rock or let them keep running the way they're running or something.
yeah. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully, it ends up being pretty good. So that we'll see where this goes when it comes terms of anime because anime is getting a lot more popular. As the
Yeah.
year goes on,
Oh
especially
yeah.
now with COVID and everything.
That's
Shit,
crazy.
you got plenty of time.
It's crazy, man. I'm like when I started my new job, man. I'm not gonna say where I work, but like
Right? Don't do that.
the first day I heard people talking about anime, I said, "Hold on, what?"
Oh,
I
that's a
said,
wrap right
I said,
there. That's a
"What?"
wrap right there.
And they were like younger. I was like, yo, this is different. Like she said, she was talking. I was like, oh no. Do you know what Deku means? I was like, she didn't ask me that, but she was asking someone else that, and I was like, did she just say Deku? And I
From
was
My
like,
Hero?
yeah. I was like, wow.
It's a wrap,
I
bro.
was
It's a
like,
wrap.
anime different.
Once you find someone who's into anime, I stick with them,
Yeah,
I
like
mean, depending if, they're weird and I kind of like put my distance, but
uh,
they're really cool, then yeah.
yeah, they
But
all seem like cool people too. It's just I'm like, yo,
yeah.
it wasn't like that when I was growing up. It
Yeah.
was not like that.
Yeah.
Like people
It's
was not
surprising to
openly talking about
see.
anime.
Oh nah. Oh nah. You get roasted if you talk about anime up front like that. It's interesting to see who's into anime too. That's one
Mm,
thing I've noticed. Cause I got people in my class that are into anime, but you would have never expected.
okay.
So that's interesting. Cause I'll pull up with the anime t-shirt and they'd be like, oh, I love that show. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
what you know about Hunter x Hunter? So
Hey,
you
yes,
know,
sir.
that's what it's about. So anime is going everywhere. Um, I don't know if you watched this next two. Did you watch it?
No, no, and no.
Yeah, I said I was gonna watch this Romeo and Juliet one, but after seeing the score 6.58, I'm not
Mm,
watching that
No,
mess.
don't my god, don't nobody got time to be watching sixes.
Yeah, 6.58. Hell no. I'm trying to see like any of these shows I did watch. I
Oh,
didn't watch this 100 Man
oh,
show. I
oh,
did
I
watch this
watch. I
the
watched the first.
Yoko
Well,
of
Yoko,
what?
100
Which one
Man,
did you watch?
100
Oh,
Man.
100
No,
Man?
I watched the first two episodes and I dropped it. I watched the first two episodes.
Damn, they
Uh,
give it 6.47. That I already know.
uh, I'll briefly touch on it. It's
Yeah, go ahead.
like you ever watch a show and it's just look crusty. Not even crusty.
Mm.
It's just like I could tell that they had like the C tier budget. Like just from
I've never heard this studio too.
just by looking
Mm.
and watching the opening, like watching the first couple, I was like, wow, like they really cut a lot of corners in terms of the budget. Like
Mm.
you can just feel cheap animation. I could just feel it, and I was like, it's this intro cheap, then the rest of the show got to be worse than the intro because they usually spend the most money on the intro.
That is true.
So
That is true.
I think I mean the show, the first episode, it was like it was like this guy and he got transported into like this game world, and basically you had to
Typical.
complete you have to like complete the game world or you have to complete the quest in order to go back home. And it was like him
Typical.
and like two other classmates involved in it, and I don't know, it just it was like that. And then the second episode he kind of continued with this quest, but if you died in the game world you died in real life.
Typical.
And I was like, I've seen this before, and I dropped it.
Like it's very typical. I was looking at the studio and they've only made three shows, including this one as well too, and they've all scored like Like I
Mm,
think the highest score I've seen was a 7.05,
oh
and I
wow.
think this one is the lowest score from what I saw. But yeah,
Let me see.
I don't
Mm,
expect anything from. I didn't really expect anything when we were doing our impressions for this show or this
mhm.
whole season. I didn't really expect anything from this, so yeah, I was not gonna watch it. But yeah, that's that 100 Man show. Did you watch this Yukoku no Moriarty? I forgot
N-
the English name of it. I think it's like
Nah,
Moriarty something.
nah. We
So
like
this is that Sherlock Holmes show that I was talking about.
okay.
So yeah, so the main character, this guy in the middle, this brown dude.
Mhm.
This takes place in the 19th century. And you know how so normally how Sherlock Holmes does his thing or solves crimes, or really anybody like Batman or any superhero will solve their crime, is that they would, they'll try to find out who did the crime, they find out who did it, and then they put him in custody, right?
Right.
But what this guy does is that he will find out who actually did the crime, and then he would expose the person in front of everybody to know that that person did the crime, and then he will kill them.
Oh.
Yeah, so and he's very smart about it too. So like for example, there was a couple who work under this filthy rich dude for a mansion.
Mm-hmm.
The couple, the husband, he was a gardener while the wife was a maid. And this guy came up to the gardener. He came up to this boss one night and he was like, "Hey, it's cold. My son has a fever going on. Can I see your doctor to help him out?" The guy was like, "See your doctor? No, I'm never gonna do that to you." And so he just let his son die just like that. And
Mm.
so this Moriarty dude hears word of that, and he was like, "Hey, I can help you kill this dude. You know, we can work together and kill him." And so I don't want to say how he did it because it's actually pretty smart. It's actually really nice. So they kind of work together, and they work together to kill that person. The guy got basically the gardener got his revenge, and that's what this
Mm.
show is all about. Is like getting your revenge back. And so like the first half, maybe like the first 8, 9 episodes is just showing him, and maybe like and also like the how he was able to get into this path, like how he's able, like the reason why he's able to do the thing that he can do. And then after that, it shows Sherlock Holmes. And I'm not gonna lie, when this shows Sherlock Holmes, I was like, yo, this is actually pretty clean. Like
Yeah,
this show is
okay.
actually really tight. So yeah, the show is really good. I can tell there's gonna be a second season because 11 episodes was not enough. And that's funny because production IG made this show, but they also made Noblies, and I can tell where they put their most time in.
Mm. Mm.
Interesting, interesting. But yeah, this show is really good. You guys need to watch it. You guys definitely need to watch it.
Oh, mystery.
I would give it an 8 out of 10, a solid
Uh,
8.
no, I like mystery and historical, psychological, and shonen. Okay, okay. I
Yeah, it's actually yeah,
Yeah, but mystery
it
is
all fits it.
mystery is probably like my third favorite genre, but you rarely ever see it in an anime. Like it's like for me,
You rarely see it done well in the anime.
you rarely like like
Yeah,
I've seen some shows combine mystery and like slice of life and romance. Well, I've only seen one
yeah.
show do it. It's one of my favorites, but just because this is a mystery show, I might have to check it out.
Yeah, it's very good. It starts off a little bit slow at first, but it definitely is worth it. It's also pretty like it's very satisfying seeing these people get their revenge on these guys too. So
Okay,
do expect a second season. I don't think they announced it yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if this show got a second season.
okay,
But yeah. That is that Moriarty show. I gave it an 8 out of 10. Then we got Adachi. I didn't watch this one. Did you watch it?
nah, I don't even know what this is.
Yeah, so all right, I'm just gonna go ahead and skip it. Um, I'm trying to see. I don't think you watched any of these next three. Oh,
Nah,
that's very interesting. So this Kami Tachi show, right?
yeah.
That's made by the same studio that made the 100 Man. So they were airing two anime at once,
Oh, oh
two
no.
shows at once, technically. Yeah. So yeah. That's very interesting.
Uh,
This Maho de Oyasumi got an 8 out of 10. That's interesting.
I don't know what that
I
is.
don't know if I've never
Um,
seen it, but we'll
nah,
move on.
I'm good with
I-
that.
Inuyasha, I have not heard anything about this Inuyasha show after the first 3, maybe 2 weeks it aired.
Hmm.
And yeah, it has a low 7.
It's probably
I
bad.
don't think I'll watch it to be honest. It's very mid probably. Like it's not a bad score to give it, honestly, but I don't know what else they can do. I
It,
never really finished the original Inuyasha, so
it's probably Boruto Part Two. Uh,
basically, it's Boruto Part 2,
that's what I get.
basically. So yeah, that's the Inuyasha show. If y'all want to
Mm.
watch it, go ahead and watch it. I probably won't be watching it. Golden Kamuy. Did you watch that?
Yes, sir. Golden Kamuy.
All right,
Hina
go
Hina.
ahead. Oh wow,
Love,
they got a really
yeah.
high score.
I love this show, man. I love this show, man. Because Golden Kamuy, they just like it's one of those shows that like I forgot about it for like the longest time. I remember Ethos recommended it like 2 years ago when it was first airing, and I was like, oh yeah, this is a good
Yeah.
show. And so like coming into season 3, like I kind of forgot what had happened, so I had to go back a little bit. But then I remembered we're right where it picked up off. So for those of you who don't know, this show's about basically like there's this guy who he was like a I guess he was like a thief or whatever, but he had like this
Hmm.
great treasure of gold, right? And
Yeah.
at one point he was put in prison, okay? And in prison he told his fellow inmates, "Yo, I have this gold. I'm gonna give you guys the map." So what he did
Hmm.
was, I think he took like 100 inmates. I'm not sure how many, but he drew the map, parts of the map on each inmate, right? And
Oh
then
yeah.
the
Yeah. I
and
forgot
then
about
inmates
that.
was like, "Yo, like okay, I got a piece of the map. So when we all get out, we could we can we can go find this treasure because it's a lot of gold." And like
Hmm.
this treasure is something that everyone knows, but everyone is looking for it. But the catch is because the map is painted on their bodies, they actually have to be killed and skinned so you can actually take off the map and look at the
Yeah.
map. So it's like just like this very gruesome thing that these inmates didn't realize that he was actually kind of playing them. So this is season 3 of the story, and it kind of continues where I left off. You got my boy Immortal Sugimoto doing his thing. He got his gun in his hand, gun on his hip. And this show it's great. Season 3. This show's the humor is just fantastic. I forgot how funny this show was. Like this show just has genuine great humor. You'll be laughing out loud. It's entertaining to watch. Solid out of 10 for me. Solid 8 out of 10.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, they gave it a 8.47 out of 10. I watched the first season and then I forgot all about the second season. And I really forgot entirely about the show. So I got to rewatch the first season and then catch up because I actually liked the show. It was actually
Mm,
really good
yeah, very
for what I saw. So,
yeah.
okay.
I really enjoyed the lore of the show. It's like kind of like post like the Russo's Japanese war. I don't know if that actually happened in real life, but it's like post war. Actually, I think I World War II there on the same side, but actually,
Okay.
actually maybe not. Actually, not. Actually, I think Germany and Russia were against each other. Then Japan bombed America, so maybe Russia and Japan were beefing. I don't know, but they've got this post colonial kind of I guess theme to it with like a Native American theme. So if you haven't seen it, I recommend watching season 1.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so I'm about to definitely check the show out. Golden Kamuy.
Yes, sir.
Now, uh, this next one. Did you watch this one? Ikebukuro Westgate Park.
Hell no.
No. So what's interesting is that the last time we talked about this show, we saw the trailer, and I was like, we were both like, "Yo, this show actually looks really interesting." I watched the first 2 episodes, and I was like, "Yeah, hell no, that's not for me." Um, you ever watch an anime and it just felt off?
mm.
You know what I mean? Like I watched the first 2 episodes and I was like, I don't understand what's going. Like the first episode felt very rushed, and I didn't understand what was going on. Like the purpose of the show. And
Mm-hmm.
normally shows, they take a couple episodes to find out its purpose. But after the second episode, I was like, yeah, this show isn't for me. Um, it wasn't really what I thought it was gonna be. I know the second episode it showed so basically, before I start, from what I understood from the show has to do with gangs, basically, and I guess it's gang rivalry. And on the second episode, one of the leader of the gang was this ballerina dude, and this dude was like whooping niggas doing ballerina moves, and I was just like, yeah, this show isn't for me. And the animation wasn't good either, too. So
Oh
that
no.
was another downside. And yeah, after the second episode, I was like, yeah, this isn't. it's not for me. It's not for me.
Not the struggle
So
animation.
yeah, I just dropped it.
Dang.
Yeah, I think they gave it what 6.79. Yeah, I guess it deserves that. It's based off of a novel, but yeah, honestly did not care for it.
Hmm.
So yeah. What's the next one? Yeah, now I'm watching that. I didn't watch that. Oh, go ahead and talk about your show right here.
Oh,
Your sport
yeah.
climbing
You mean
girls,
the rock climbing, the sports rock climbing?
rock climbing. All kind of
Yes.
climbing.
Iwa Kakeru sports climbing
Mm,
girls. Yes, yes, sir. They be climbing.
okay,
They be climbing.
okay,
So,
okay.
so this show starts off. I've only seen the first episode, then I dropped it. Okay. So
Oh, okay.
this show, and I'll tell you why I dropped it. Okay, it wasn't why because you think. So this show starts off. The first episode is there's this girl, right, and
Yeah,
she enters high school and she's looking for a club to join because her backstory is that during middle school she was basically like a gamer. She was like a huge gamer,
yeah.
like she won tournaments and stuff. But then she decided, you know what, I want to drop gaming and do something else in life. So
Okay,
at some point she stumbles upon the rock climbing club or whatever, right?
okay.
And she's like, you know what? I've never done this before. Let me try. So then like one of the I guess club members who's like a hard ass. She was like, oh, you think rock climbing is a game, right? She's like, you think it's a game or whatever. And she's like, I just want to try it. So she tries it, and she's actually really like good. Like she has like a lot of potential in rock climbing. And then
Hmm.
the other uh club members they join up and they challenge this new recruit to like a race. And so then they agreed to this race, and this new member they gave her like a maybe like a 30-second head start, where
Yeah.
and she's racing one of the seasoned members of the team. And what was interesting about this show is that you would think that, oh, this is just like some show where they're just trying to show like girls tops, like this is supposed to be like a super etchy show or a super harem show. But no, it is
Yeah.
nothing like that. Like I'm watching this show, and I don't know anything about rock climbing, but they're actually talking rock climbing like terminology, different techniques, different methods that you
Okay.
can use to actually rock climb. Like I don't know much, but from what I was hearing, it sounded like the person who wrote the show really did their research on rock climbing. They were actually interested in the sport. So from that first episode, I was like, yo, this is actually like, it kind of reminds me about how many dumbbells can you lift, where
Oh yeah.
it's not really about like, girls I guess like showing them off, but
Yeah.
that show is actually about working out. And the interesting about that show is at the end of every episode, they would actually have like a workout that they would encourage their viewers to do in the credits. So like it'd be like push ups or weightlifting, whatever. So
Yeah.
that's so how many dumbbells you can lift? Like I got the same vibe from this show. Like this show was really talking about rock climbing. So off the first episode, hey, if you got time, I'd continue, but I don't have time for it, so I dropped it. But it, I was impressed. I
Yeah.
was impressed for the first episode. I was impressed.
So I've done rock climbing before. I've actually done it like quite a few times. And so
Okay.
I guess it's something that I would appreciate in terms of like I guess how much kind of effort and love they kind of have for the sport. At the same time, looking at that score of 6.53, like I can tell it's not that good. Cause you compared it to the how to lift a dumb how many dumbbells can you lift or whatever
Yeah.
the title of the name of the show is. And I watched that show and I didn't really enjoy it. Like I did appreciate how it kind of incentivize people to work out and things like that because you should work out. It's healthy. But I didn't like the show overall because I just felt like it was too much. I mean, I didn't know what to expect from it, but it was a lot of comedy and I guess a little bit informational, but it wasn't what I expected. And I guess the comedy for me just wasn't that funny for me to
Mm,
enjoy. I watched all 12 episodes, but I was like, I could have done without watching this show. And if this show is even worse than that, I'm like, I don't think I could. I don't think I should watch this.
fair
But
enough.
yeah,
Fair
if
enough.
you got time and you really like rock climbing, then I guess you should watch
Yeah.
it. If I had plenty of time, I would check out the show because I've done rock climbing, so I can relate to like some of the stuff that they do. But it seems like whatever to me. The 6.53, it's a big whatever to me.
Oh man, that's crazy. But yeah,
But yeah,
that's all I gotta say about it.
yeah. All
Uh,
right. Next show we got. I've not seen these next two. I
neither
think
have
this
I.
Dragon Quest is on Netflix. I don't know if that's true or not.
It might be. Dude
It
might be
might be
in
on Netflix,
Smash.
but
I don't know. That's one of the
yeah,
characters.
he might be in Smash too. Yeah. I'm trying to see any of these shows I've seen,
Yeah,
but
scrolling
I
down.
doubt that I've seen any of these. Cause these, when you get
Uh,
this low, this is where you get to the like bottom tier
oh, okay.
shows.
I've
There's,
seen an episode of one of these. Go to
which one?
Hypnosis Mike
Oh, this is the one
rap
they were
battle.
talking about. They be spitting bars, but I didn't watch
Uh,
this one.
oh no,
A1 Pictures too.
see. I don't even have it noted in my anime list because I watched like maybe like 3 minutes and I was like, hell no.
Dang, it's
um,
like that.
from what I remember, it was like they were like they were like, okay, now to settle all disputes, you have to have like a rap battle or whatever. And I was like, okay, well,
Okay.
this should be interesting. And then like it shows like these gang of people. I think they're like actual brothers. They're all like wearing the same outfit, looking dumb cheesy. And there was like this gang who they
Yeah.
were trying to like I guess fight. And then they was like, all right, guys, let's battle. And then and then like, I was like, how are they gonna do this? Instead of them like rapping in Japanese, they're just like singing songs. And I was like, oh,
Oh nah.
I was like, oh,
Oh
this is
nah.
bad.
I thought they were gonna be spitting bars. And not. Oh nah.
There were no bars to be heard or seen. And after
They
that,
really just singing.
yeah, they were singing. Maybe later in the show they started spitting bars, but from what I heard, it was just them just singing. So then I promptly turned off the show.
I would have done the same. I would have done the same. I'll probably check. I'm not gonna watch it, but I'll probably like type the title in on Twitter just to see what they say. You know, if
Mm-hmm.
anyone did watch it, because that's what I normally do to see if a show's like popping or not.
Right.
But yeah, yeah, I might skip that. I
Yeah.
know this gymnast show, the Taiso Samurai. I think this was on Netflix, but I know I wasn't gonna watch it because of the like I saw 3D CGI animation. I was like, yeah, it
Ooh.
wasn't even a good kind too, so I kind of just skipped that.
Oh no, never that.
Yeah, so trying to see what else from this list that I watch. I don't think I watch anything
Yeah.
else from this list.
Yeah, there are two
These are
more.
all these are all bottom tier.
Yeah, there.
Unless you've seen them.
No, there's two more that I'm thinking of, but they're from last season.
Yeah.
I'm scrolling down here. Nope. Okay. Okay.
Continuing. I know Fire Force just ended. We can
Yep.
talk about
Yeah,
that.
if you scroll down a little bit, you should see it.
Yeah,
Might
Fire
scroll
Force
down
just
a lot.
ended. I thought it was really good. This season was way better than the first season. Way
Yeah.
better than the first season.
Yeah.
Everything I had complaints about the first season of Fire Force, they fixed it. Those awkward pauses, they
Mm-hmm.
fixed it.
Mm-hmm.
Those etchy scenes, they had a few. I think they had
That.
really one episode that was like not even a whole episode. It's like half of it was like dedicated towards like that Tamaki girl
Yeah.
fighting that it was like a person she fought in the first season,
Mm-hmm.
just kind of dedicated towards that. But other than that, like this show was really good. The plot it seemed like a lot better. It seemed like it was more focused, like they had a
Yeah.
purpose basically, and it was a lot more ruthless too. Because in the last season, no one died, but in this one,
Yeah.
people were dying.
Yeah.
People were dying.
I feel like the second half of the season, like the show took a turn. The show took a dark
Yeah,
turn.
a dark
I
turn.
was like, yo, I was like, am I watching the same show? Like niggas is dying now. I
Exactly.
was like, hold on, like this nigga was just alive before. Like I was like, I didn't know they was actually gonna start killing people. But you
Exactly.
know,
I was very surprised.
um,
And they had a little bit of character progression too. Cause I now like that Tamaki girl, the
yeah,
cat girl. I
yeah,
actually like her a lot more now because they showed her past and everything. Actually, they showed a lot of people's past because they showed the Mako's past as
mm-hmm.
well. I think they showed a little bit of Arthur, but I still don't like the character,
No,
to be
Arthur's
honest.
an idiot, but
Yeah,
he's an
Arthur
idiot.
is like one of the characters I don't like, but overall, like I
Yeah,
really like the characters now. One thing I would say it is lacking, it doesn't have that same, I don't know how to put it. It doesn't have good character interactions as like shows like One Piece or Fairy Tale where like you really enjoy when these certain characters interact. Like
Yeah.
the show just kind of all seems bland.
Yeah, I feel like you got to give it a little bit more time.
Yeah,
I just feel like it's like Arthur and Shinra is like sometimes,
yeah, yeah. But other
like
than that, it's like,
like we saw Shinra and the sister, they kind of have an interaction.
yeah,
Tamaki and Shinra sometimes is cool. Maki, I mean maybe Shinra and the Captain the Fifth might be like the best character interaction, but that's only because she
yeah,
likes Shinra. But I don't. There's no real like crazy interactions, but I really enjoy. Yeah, Tamaki. Even though she has like her etchy parts or like, but like at least it made sense. And I know,
yeah.
I saw in the comments of cause I was watching it on Verve. Um, make sure I watch anime illegally. I recently got
Yeah,
Crunchyroll.
make sure y'all do it. Yep,
If y'all got
yep.
Verve, you can link your Crunchyroll account to it. But yeah, I was looking at the comment section. They were actually comparing her to Sakura, and I was like, I don't think that's a fair. I was like, I don't think that's a fair
Ah,
comparison, just because like she was like never like a pure fighter. She was a half sister, half fighter. But now
yeah.
now towards the end, she realized that she needs to be a fighter. So
Yeah, cause there was that one part when they're in that tunnel. I won't like spoil it for y'all that are watching, but there was like one part where they did kind of pull a Sakura with her. Well, I thought she was actually gonna do something, but
mhm.
she didn't. She ended up losing. I was like, they
but
could have done something more,
but
but they explained it.
yeah, I thought it was fair because I never saw her. I saw her as half a sister, so she wasn't like I never saw her as a pure fighter, so I wasn't
So
mad at
she
it.
trained, but I think this season's where she trained to be a sister, because the first season
Yeah,
I don't think she was ever a sister. Or
nah.
maybe the past they did say like she was a sister, like she was training to be a sister. I forgot, but
Mm,
yeah. But one thing I don't understand about the show, what is the purpose of the sisters praying for those people? Like, because like they say like, oh, you got to pray before we can
yeah.
kill the fire people. I'm like, what is the purpose of that? Because you
Th-
can still kill them. I've seen people still kill them without
Yeah,
the prayer.
yeah, no, it's a sentimental thing to make the to get the firefighters a sense of humanity. That's all it is. To make it seem like
And
they're
I
not killing
feel
people. That's what it's doing. Like
okay,
they're going back to the
and
soul.
okay, and then so I feel like that the blonde hair sister then is so useless. Then
Yeah,
what is the purpose?
I mean, she's just a sister though. I mean, she's a
Like, why bring her?
because she has to pray. Someone has to pray.
I don't know. I
I'm,
think that's one thing I didn't like about the show.
I mean, I mean,
I think that's the only
I
thing.
mean, I like it just because they're starting to talk about the church a little bit more and
Yeah,
how it's actually involved in the whole plot. So I'm not mad at it. Um,
yeah. I can't.
I'm very
Yeah,
impressed with this show. I
yeah.
very impressed.
One thing I
I
gotta
like the
say,
villains too. I like the villains. I like the villains.
the villains. Yeah, the pink hair girl was really dope.
And your girls do.
I like how they made her into a villain.
Mhm.
Who else?
The
I
dude with
like the dude with the smoke.
the black suit, that nigga was nice.
That nigga was clean, bro. That nigga was. I was like, yo, you can do that with
Yeah,
smoke.
yeah.
Hey,
He
I
might
like that. I
he
like
might have been
that.
Hisoka part 2, but he was nice.
Low
Uh,
key, yeah, yeah. He was nice. He was real nice. Who else was a good
The
villain?
black bull with his ability.
Oh, that man just be yelling. His
Yeah,
ability is like kinetic, is something
yeah,
like that. Like the amount
yeah,
of energy you put into him, he can like push it back. Basically,
yeah,
is what I got from it. That man was just yelling like "stomp, boom." I was like, "Yo, this nigga is clean, bro. This nigga
yeah.
is
So
clean."
I
Yeah, and then they also got the Nigerian dude too. Let's
oh
not sleep
yeah,
on the Nigerian dude,
can't
Ogun.
yeah. He need to come back. He need to
That
come
man
back.
say they need to come back. That man say Yoruba spear.
Mm,
What?
yeah,
And then there's like another move as well too. Oh, and then one thing about this show that I'm really excited about the third season. Have you caught up all the way for this for Fire
yeah,
Force?
yeah. I'll watch all of it.
So you saw the end with the moon, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that thing is hinting to Soul Eater. And okay, so there's a previous episode too where they didn't show Mako's from Soul Eater. They
Right.
didn't show they had an appearance where they showed Mako's dad, but they didn't show him at the same time. Like he
Hmm.
was at the same bar.
Oh
So like
yeah, I know
I'm thinking they showed, yeah,
people were
I think
talking
they showed the
about that.
same universe is what it seems like. I don't want to spoil it and look at the manga, but I think they share the same universe. 'Cause I was like, yo, the moon is the same as the one in
Yeah,
Soul Eater.
I feel
So that's
like
something that's very
I
interesting.
feel like what they're hinting. I guess Soul Eater will be in the future.
I that's what I'm wondering. If either Soul Eater is in the future or maybe
Yeah,
this one's in the past.
because
Like it's very interesting. It's very
because
interesting.
when they show that moon at the end, I guess the moon's gonna transition to look like that. That's what I got
I
from it. But then it's
I guess so.
but then it's like, where did all the fire soldiers come from, or where did they go if
E-
Soul Eater's in the future?
exactly. Because now, really, once they put that, like, I'm now more invested in the show. Like, I'm more now. I'm interested in looking into the manga now because of that. Because before I didn't really care about the plot, but now that since they're connecting it with Soul Eater, we might see Soul and Mako come into the series. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, we need that because that Soul Eater not was not it at all. So
Yeah, it was
they
definitely not
butchered
it.
Soul Eater not. I don't know
That
what the
shit
hell
was
that show was.
trash.
So if they bring Soul and Mako into this, I'm not gonna lie, Fire Force might be the goat.
Yeah, Fire Force is
Fire
it.
Force might be the
Fire Force is
goat.
looking pretty strong. God, I have to admit.
So yeah, so I'm interested to see where this goes now. So yeah, overall, I give the show a solid 8. I
Same,
can't complain with it.
same.
Solid 8
I
was a
gotta
good
give it an
score
eight
for
too.
it.
Have to. You have to.
Way better than the first season.
Yeah,
Way better than the first season.
like leagues better.
Yeah, leagues better. So that's Fire Force. Any other show you see on here that we've talked about? Let me zoom out a little
Let's
bit.
see.
That you think we might have seen?
I'm looking down here. I got two more in my head. One is
Kingdom never came back. That's very interesting.
mm,
It aired like one season and then, or not even one season, like maybe one or two episodes, and then never came back because of COVID. So I
mm,
don't know what's up with that, but
I got there's the second half of Great Pretender. I don't know if we still need to talk about it, but
Great Pretender. Woo, we gonna talk about that. We
yeah.
definitely gonna talk about that. What is up with? I'm seeing Dr. Stone in the Snicker bar.
I'm scrolling down. I'm looking. I'm like, I don't know what I'm looking at right now.
Yeah, at this point, yeah, we don't know. I guess like the last thing we talk about is Great Pretender. Unless was there anything else other than Great Pretender?
And Burn the Witch.
Oh yes. Burn the Witch. I don't. Burn the Witch was not. Oh, it is on here. It is on here. And then apparently, this is a side thing. Um, that Demon Slayer movie has surpassed Spirited Away as the best-selling Japanese movie of all
Yeah,
time
that's
ever.
crazy. The Demon
It's
Slayer
it's
one.
done it's done so well that it stimulated the economy. That is how well
Is,
that movie
is the
did.
movie really that
That
good
is
though?
crazy. It well, I guess it depends how well they did it because we had to think about it. Demon Slayer has a big cult following.
It
So
does, and
I don't know if it's that good. I did read the arc. It is a pretty good arc, but yeah, that's interesting.
I'll check out the movie
They
whenever.
made they made stupid amount of money. And what sucks about it, I read this. The creator of Demon Slayer. So this movie made like billions of dollars.
Right.
Billions. Guess how much the creator made off of her entire series?
100,000.
Not even 100,000. I heard she made 20,000.
Where the money go to?
20,000. Exactly. Apparently the contract that she signed was gave more money towards, I guess, the anime than what she got. I guess she just signed like a bad contract. And that's
Mm,
something that a lot of manga creators are suffering now. I didn't even know that was a thing. So basically she like in a 360 deal
damn,
for artists. I didn't even know that was a thing.
she got finessed. She got.
I'm like, this movie made billions and you only made 20,000? Oh
Mm.
nah. Oh no, if that was me,
Oh man.
if that was me, oh
Yeah,
y'all, that would
you
have
got
been my origin story. That would have been my villain origin story right there.
you gotta fight somebody. I don't know who you gonna
That would be
fight.
my villain origin story. Y'all would have seen me turn to the Joker or something, but because that is
Facts.
not funny at all. That is
That's
not funny.
that's crazy.
Yeah, so yeah, but that's I gotta watch that movie. 'Cause I gotta see how good it is. So Burn the Witch and
Great
Great
Pretender.
Pretender. I guess we can talk about Burn the Witch first. You watch all three, right? All three
Yeah.
episodes. So Burn the Witch. I thought it was pretty good.
Mhm.
I wish this was like actual for the okay. So for the people who don't know, the creator of Bleach is the one that made Burn the Witch. He just kind of made it as like a side thing. I don't know if he plans to make it as a full series. I believe that this show deserves a full series. I don't think 3 episodes was enough to contain the story. I thought it was
Mhm.
good, but I didn't think it was like I wouldn't say it was a. I thought it was I thought it was better than average. Is
Better
what I
than
would
average.
say.
Yeah, I'd agree with
Better
that.
than average. Like it wasn't. I don't say it was good. But I say it was better than average. Is what I'm saying. Like from what I saw. Like I think the show definitely deserves at least 12 episodes for
Mhm.
me to give like a good accurate score. Because at 3 episodes, it left me wanting more. The animation was nice.
Mhm.
The animation was really good. But yeah, it left me wanting more.
Yeah. And it was it was a very interesting show to watch. I guess the society it had like two sides to the city. It was like one side where
Yeah,
it was like the human realm, and the other side it was like the I guess like the witch or magic realm where all the
yeah.
I guess wizards took place, and I guess the two ones were kind of separate from each other, and they didn't really know. Oh, they called it like reverse
Hmm.
London or whatever.
Yeah,
Um
that's what it was.
so and basically like this show is all about like dragons. And I guess were they riding dragons? Yeah,
They
yeah,
were. They were riding
they
dragons.
were riding dragons, and in this show, like I guess they have like this person called like a dragon tamer or whatever, and this person is
Hmm.
attracted or loved by dragons. So in this little 3 episode series, we see how this thing can go wrong because there are like some type of dragons that are like special, like ancient dragons seen in myth, and one of these dragons come to light. So you see these two girls. I don't remember what their names were, but one has yellow hair and one has or blonde hair and one has black hair. So
Yeah.
we kind of see their dynamic. It was very interesting to watch. A lot of good dialogue. The characters had a lot of personality. Um, yeah, 3 episodes wasn't enough. It's just like there's more to the world that we needed to see that we needed to know. It's it's fantasy, but it's good fantasy. I feel like I need to watch more fantasy shows because this was definitely something that piqued my interest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I I really hope the guy makes it into a full series or something we can at least find to read or something.
Yeah. Same. I wish it's a full series, at least like a full manga or something, because even the manga is just like a one shot kind of thing. So yeah, Burn the Witch, I would definitely say you guys check it out. It's a good little short 3 episodes.
Hmm.
But yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for what it was.
For sure.
Um, so yeah, now we can go ahead and talk about the last but not least,
Last but not least,
The Great Pretender. Now, this show isn't on my anime list. At least for this season, I don't see it
it's
on my
on.
anime list.
I think it might be on the last
Um,
season.
might be. I might to. I got to see what they scored the show, but we talked about this in the previous episode, and when we last talked about it, the show left us on a cliffhanger. So they show like the first half of I think the first 14 episodes,
Hmm.
and then like the later show like the last like 7 or 8 episodes, what it was. And I would say this show is I I think it is my anime of the year. I think it is my anime of the year. The show did very it's such a breath of fresh air is what I got from the show. And the way everything just ended and concluded when they did the last and final heist, I was just left blown away. Like this was really,
Mm-hmm.
really done well. I do have a little bit of like my gripes with some things I didn't think was very accurate. Um
Mm-hmm.
like I don't want to spoil it, but
Yeah.
uh
I think there's some stuff that you can say about the last heist. I was like,
yeah, I was questioning
I guess
like
that's believable.
I yeah, like when the certain 3 people starting to work together, I I don't know if you know what I'm hinting at.
Yeah.
When they started to there's 3 people that they've dealt with, and then they started working together on this heist. I was like, like
Mm,
why would they work with y'all when like
yeah. I was like,
when y'all just did what you did, So
yeah. I'm just like,
I didn't get that part.
but I I mean, it's I said this before and I'll say it again. This show feels like you're not watching an anime. It feels like you're just watching a regular show.
It it
Uh,
doesn't. It doesn't at
uh,
all.
like like the voice acting, phenomenal. Just like please watch in English. I'll say this again, and the last arc didn't disappoint. The first half is just
No, it didn't.
it's exploring everybody's backstory, and then the
Hmm.
last arc brings everything full circle, and it's just like wow, like this show was just brilliantly written. This, the person who wrote this show knew exactly knew the end before they wrote the beginning. That's how you know you have a good show. Everything kind of links and syncs together. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's a strong contender for anime of the year for sure.
Oh yeah. The show was just like everything was just done well. That I just the one thing I like about it, like for an anime to do well in terms of my opinion, you have to have great characters. You have to have a good, at least a decent plot. You
Hmm.
got to have a good or decent soundtrack. And the soundtrack to this show, oh man, I get like that's something that where I would literally I wish they can put it on Spotify or at
Mm.
least like somewhere I can buy it because the soundtrack was just so good.
I
The
hope they
characters
do.
are so amazing. Like it has me wishing for more. Like I wish there was another season, but I kind of like where it ended
Yeah.
off.
Hmm.
Because when the show makes you wish, like, hey, I wonder what happened to these characters. That's when you know it's a good show.
Hmm.
That's when you know it's really good. So
Exactly. But this was great, man. There ain't much that could really be said. If this show doesn't win an award, people sleep. That's all I had to
I'm
say.
saying
People sleep.
I'm looking right here, and it shows that it has two different authors. So it has two authors and one person working on the story. So
Mm,
yeah, shows it's good. It's good. And they just started making the manga too. The manga started June 10th of this year.
interesting.
So yeah, it's weird because they made the anime first and then they're making the manga. But
Yeah. Usually,
oh, and the guy. So go ahead.
nah. I said usually you don't see it like that.
Yeah, you usually don't. So the guy who wrote the story is the same person who made 91 Days.
That explains it. That
And
that.
91, yeah, it explains a lot because 91 Days also was another one that didn't feel like an anime too when
Yeah.
you're watching it.
That actually explains a lot. Actually, now that you mention it,
Yeah,
I can actually see the similarities. Yup, that makes a lot of sense.
yeah. So he's also worked on like some other small shows, like certain episodes of like Hunter x Hunter, things like that. But the big one he made was 91 Days. So that explains everything. And if y'all have not seen 91 Days, y'all definitely got to watch that one. That's another good show too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I would I would give Great Pretender a 9.5 out of 10. I want to give it that 10, but there are some things I just couldn't agree with that would go down, but it's
Mm-hmm.
still a solid show. Still a solid show.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give it. Nah, it's definitely a 9. Definitely a 9, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
I I don't know if I could put it in the 10 category, but it's definitely a 9.
Yeah. Cuz cuz the way that kind of ended it was but overall still a solid show.
Mm-hmm.
Solid
Definitely,
show. Everyone needs to watch it.
for sure. So
Um but yeah. So that's I think that's all the shows that we were watching.
I think that's everything.
That's Yeah, so that was fall 2020. That's all the shows. That's the good, the bad, the ugly from all this season. Um I don't really have anything else I want to say. I'm low key kind of I'm getting hungry right now. I got to eat. I got some Christmas food still I got to heat up right
It's
now.
been
So,
always eating the Christmas food.
bro, we
Uh,
eating good. We eating good.
eating
My
good
microwave's
over
on overtime right now.
on overtime. Oh man, your mic. He said on
My microwave
overtime.
working overtime.
That's crazy. But yeah, I don't have anything to add. I mean, yeah, man. I think this was overall a very decent season overall. I think definitely one of the better
Yeah.
seasons this year. A lot of positive
Mhm.
shows. So yeah.
Yep. And so I don't know when we'll be back, but we're still gonna drop maybe like two more episodes. in terms of dropping the anime of the year. We got to make our anime of the year.
Yep.
You know, and then we're also gonna review Winter 2021. Winter 2021 is a lot of heat. There's a lot of heat on
It's
Winter
looking crazy.
2021.
It is. Mm-hmm.
It's looking real crazy, and it's starting, I think, in next week, I believe, or the week after that.
Probably the week
Next
after.
week. No, the
Yeah.
week after that. You're right. The week after that, because we got a little break.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so we'll probably come up with an episode sometime soon. But yeah, I don't have anything else I need to say. Do you have anything else you want to say before we go?
No, I don't.
All right. Well, thank you guys for coming through and watching the show. Appreciate you guys showing up, showing some
Mhm.
love. All right, go
All right.
ahead and
And
we are out. Peace.
peace.